Welcome to another edition of Nourishing Life with Salima, the podcast. This week, I'm going to talk about how I see preparation as self care, healing and tendering to find a better you. Thank you for being here before we start. Thank you for reading, listening, and sharing my work. And I do hope that you may benefit in some way from the insights and practices provided here to help you navigate your personal and life's ever changing landscape. If you're new, Nourishing Life is a combination of a contemplative podcast drawn from my life as a water nomad with prompts, insights, and rituals for self care and creativity whilst navigating depression and menopause, using simplicity and nature to inspire, heal, and reinvent a better me and hopefully a better you. All coming to you from my floating home in nature on the Great River Ouse in Cambridge, England. Listen for the clarity beneath the doubt. I've been thinking a lot about the title I've given this piece lately, Preparation is Self-Care, and how by considering that mantra may be helpful in listening, healing, and tendering to rediscover a better you. Let's be frank here. As I mentioned in my last two episodes, I myself have been battling with some life challenges that really actually quite affected me more than I could have imagined, mentally, physically, and emotionally. What helped them? Well, simply and unapologetically taking some time out for most of January. Instead of planning my projects and goals, I did nothing. I just needed to rest, real rest, and to ease myself into 2025 just gently and with a lot of self care, whilst remaining a part time observer from afar. Listening, tendering, and healing. So, one form of healing that seemed to help me was that I began to listen a little bit more deeply within to what my body and mind were wanting. I used to think I was really good at this, but this last month I've been practicing a little bit more. So, what did that look like? Well, for me, that looked like less pressure and expectations, and instead more pottering around mindfully, exploring and doing things that generally interest me rather than just doing things for the sake of doing something or because somebody else was doing it or more people were doing it. Preparation and prayer. So, another aspect of this process was prayer. I prayed every night for guidance and help to ease my physical and emotional pain. And not just for me, but for my partner. For me, I like to think of prayer as a form of preparation because, after all, guidance is what is being asked for. Then, answers arriving in the most unexpected ways and forms. I stay close to my intuition, retreating into the quiet spaces between my thoughts and finding refuge deep within. Whispers from within. During menopause, hearing these intuitive whispers can sometimes seem impossible. If you're a lady of a certain age, you're probably knowing what I'm talking about. Our memories and mind are shaped by our hormones, after all, and they become less tolerable to brainstorming, focusing, and multitasking. In other words, the unclear mind makes its presence felt. Feelings of overwhelm with what lies ahead and the anxiety of running out of time, replacing the once very capable and positive mind instead. Simplicity, expression, resting, noticing, and walking in nature and breaking environments, meaning really changing up your environment, can sometimes give you the clarity that you need. And slowly, for me, the whispers started to come forth, beginning with, what is it that I truly seek? What should I be doing versus what would I like to do? And what should I be doing versus what would bring me more joy? Not having all the answers clear cut, but mulling them over in between the daily chores of washing, cooking, and so forth, ideas and inspirations began to emerge and come forth. Vision, preparation for joy. Feeling well rested and in less pain, I then began to finally collect some random short bursts of scribbles from my laptop, my phone, and my notebook, all representing thoughts and ideas around what I would like to focus on and do in 2025 and 2026. The nature of the beast and the nature of the type of work I do. In terms of workshops and retreats, we always have to think about planning at least a year ahead. My vision and the words slowly emerging for my 2025 is my year of self-care, preparation, and reinvention. How I style my vision nowadays differs from in the past and also from what's out there. In a flooded market of journaling, I just want to make mine as simplistic as possible. I can't cope with lots of headings and lots of pages, maybe at a later stage, but to get the bare essentials down, this is how I do my vision board. At the top, as I said, I give myself a header, mine being my 2025, the year of self-care, preparation, and reinvention, followed by a short, sweet statement to myself. Using the 8 simple headings, I began to get a little bit more clarity, and maybe you will too. These are home. Any alterations, selling, leasing, buying a property, if you're thinking about moving, how long do you want to stay in your home? Is it your forever home? Do you want to buy a second home? Do you want to move countries? Do you want to move counties? And then followed by health. Probably should come first actually, but this is the way that I've done mine this year. What needs my attention? And then taking the necessary actions, making appointments, checking your results, when you last had tests, those sort of things. Taking a stock take of your health, basically. Relationships. What do I need to improve and what do I need to discard? And these include behaviors and communications. Finances. Pension, savings, debt. Where do I find myself now and where do I want to be? And yes, you can put a time scale on that, if that works for you. I have a rough time scale normally that I try and keep to. Hobbies. Doing more of what interests me alongside trying something new. Travel. Where would I like to go? Working through my bucket list. Work. Where am I now? Where do I want to be? And then look at a rough time scale. You could have 2 jobs like me, or maybe even 3 or 4. Do you want to condense it down into one job, or do you need to let something go? Then, projects and other things I'd like to explore. What would I like to build and do? Next steps. I then make this into a PDF and I have it on all my devices, as well as a slightly shorter version written upon my chalkboard. If you're looking at this post, you will see that in the post. This, for me, serves as a home base from where I can be reminded of what I'm aiming for and where I can also change things that aren't working and add further journaling for joy. Personally, as I write these headings and listen to what comes forth, I know I am preparing as well as healing and tendering to what my soul needs. Just being honest with yourself. I guess that's what it comes down to. So, how about you? Writing and speaking what you wish to create or bring forth can have a powerful healing effect, not just on our psyches, but also on our neural pathways. That is something that we have to watch as we get older also. So, that is how I style my vision for 2025/2026. How will you style your vision